Welcome to a Song of Ice and Fire Symposium. My name is Nav, and my pronouns are they, them.
And my name's Harmit, and my pronouns are Hershey, like the chocolate.
And this is A Dance with Dragons, chapters 16 and 17, Daenerys and Jon. In these chapters,
Everybody got opinions about what Danny and Stanny should do.
welcome back to the podcast. So, Harmit, who died in these chapters?
Oh, wait. Okay, that was the thing I was supposed to think about. Okay, in Danny's chapter... Wait. Nobody? Probably the people... was it Astapor that switched? Like, the people who were previously enslaved were like, we're now gonna
Yes.
enslave ourselves. It was Astapor. Okay, so maybe like the people in Astapor who got ambushed,
Mm-hmm.
but like we don't
I
know
don't know
any
if
specifics.
we got any specific names. Like there's still the Sons of the Harpy are killing people at night. That's still
Yeah.
happening. So
Yeah.
not any specific.
Just kind of
yeah.
vibes. Yeah.
What about
and
in
then
Jon's?
in John's, I don't think
A
so.
bunch of animals that they butchered for meat.
Right.
just kidding.
Yes.
Uh,
But they could have been there for a while. Like,
that's true. 10,000 years aged.
10,000 years.
beef. What?
This beef been frozen for 10,000
I don't know
years.
anything about how long meat can last.
But
But
I don't
apparently
think
they
it's
put-
10,000 years, but it is a while for sure. Like years, if you
Right.
keep it constantly
Because they talk about
frozen.
having to keep it like having enough for like 3 or 4 years of winter. So that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. But like also with how cold this is, don't worry. It's not accidentally getting defrosted. We're good.
Oh yes, that's probably not a problem.
Unless someone like, oh my god, someone could sabotage them and like purposefully like try and start a fire. I don't know how they would do that in those caves, but like bring in some flint, start a fire.
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
was kind of thinking about, okay, so you've got these like, storage tunnels under the wall, but if somebody starts digging on the other side, they can just connect to your existing tunnels, and then that's that much less tunneling that they have to do,
Oh,
I don't know.
right. Because if they're trying to get past the wall for like safety, security, whatever, and they find food on the way,
Yeah. No, honestly, I wouldn't be
But,
against that. Like,
is that possible though? Like, do we think? Because I would have thought they would have thought that through and been like, well, we have it blocked off from the other side, or is it like they could always find a place to dig,
dude, I don't
even
know.
if they, you know? Okay.
I was just kind of thinking
Someone
back to
look
what
into
was it,
that.
Grendel we heard about a couple chapters ago who had dug under
Mhm.
the wall and
Okay,
stuff.
yeah.
So
Because that's the thing about caves is I feel like it's hard to block off. Because can't you always just dig somewhere? Okay, if anyone understands, like
rock
this
formations,
rock formations, yeah. If anyone understands
Earth.
if anyone understands like Westeros rock formations and like how this sort of underground tunneling sort of works. If anyone, wait, what's that guy's name? If anyone out there is Cold Hands, let us know. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know also how tunneling works when there's like a, literal ice wall above you. Like I don't know
Exactly.
any of it, so.
Yeah, like how is that all influenced? Yeah, exactly. Who knows? Okay, we got to get some geo friends.
Yes. Okay. So, what are we doing here? Okay, we're off to a great start. Great start. What did you think about these chapters?
These were fun. I had a good time. Danny's chapter was not so fun. John's chapter was so fun.
You were about
so...
to say Janos. You were gonna call John
Yeah.
Janos.
Oh my god. No, I think I was doing the thing again where I combined their names. I was supposed to say Janny. Like John and Danny.
Or would it be Dawn?
Just Dawn. Oh my god. Wait, Dawn's kind of good because you know Dawns are like scary and shit. So that's like their like not their villain name, but that's like their like we're scaring our enemy's name.
Okay.
They're Dawn.
All right. But it'll be like Daeon Dawn. It won't be like just Don.
True. It'll be like fucking stupid. It'll be Dawn Targo. Dawn Targo. Honestly, that feels like an action figure name for sure.
Sure. Okay. We are. Remember,
okay, moving on.
We're gonna be efficient with these.
We're gonna be so efficient. Okay. Do you want me to summarize? Or
yes.
No, what were your thoughts on this chapter? I kind of want to know.
Okay, I like these chapters. I just kind of lost track of time while reading them. And I also, I don't know, maybe my brain was muddled, but I kept, when they're talking like in John's chapter about all the lords and the Umbers and the Karstarks and the clansmen and everybody, I got a lot so going confused on. And I usually pride myself on not being confused. And I have read these chapters and I know what happens, but I still got confused.
Because it was a lot. It's like George R. R. Martin wrote the first part of the chapter. And then they went through the rounds of editing, whatever. And then he wanted to make more changes and incorporate more things. But then he got locked out of his document or some shit.
Yeah.
And then he had to put everything in the last, 4 pages. And I was like, what have you been doing for the last 15 pages? Pray tell.
I don't know. When they were talking about Mor's Umber, that whole time in my brain, even though it said Mor's Umber on the page, I'm thinking, Arnold Karstark. And then I'm, trying to connect. And then, they start talking about Arnold Karstark later, and then I have to go and reread the whole thing because I read it wrong, with the wrong context, and it just.
Oh, this is gonna be beautiful. Neither of us knowing what happened in these.
Okay,
chapters.
Eventually I did get it straightened out. I think I just was kind of getting lulled into things and getting ahead of myself,
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah. Okay. So good chapters though. So. Summary.
Oh, yeah, summary.
3, 2, 1, go.
Wait, who's Danny? Okay. No. Restart my time. Starting, go. Okay. Danny, the guy from Karth is here to visit her, being the same old, except now he's like, I bribe you with 13 ship thingies. You go back to Westeros and stop fucking up our whole trade here. And then they basically go back and forth about, well, that's wrong, you shouldn't do that. Well, it's the only reason our city functions, and all these cities function the way that they do, and you're here and you're fucking it all up. And then basically she refuses that, and then he leaves her a war hand. Oh my god. Astapor is like,
Oh, that was way over half a minute, sorry. I forgot.
LOL.
I forgot what we were doing. I totally zoned out.
Stop.
Okay.
Wow, you were totally
John.
listening. John, okay. John, he goes and checks the fucking stores, the tunnels that we were talking about for a long time. And then he's like, okay, well, this would have been great and enough, but now we have all of the free folk and all of Stannis' men, and now we're screwed. How do we get more food? And then, Stannis is like, this is my plan. I'm gonna go attack Moat Cailin from the north and take it. And John's like, that's a terrible plan for a variety of reasons that we will get into. And then he's like, instead, you should go attack Deepwood Mott and
okay, that's a minute.
Do that.
Stannis never wanted to attack Moat Cailin. He wanted to attack the Dreadfort.
Wait, yes, no, sorry, yes, no, you're right, yeah, no, I know that, I just panicked and said things wrong. Okay, yes,
you wanted a visual reminder when the time is running out, and I gave it to you.
I realized that that's stressful, and I don't like it.
You would rather just live in ignorance and keep talking despite me telling you to stop.
No, because you know what it is? I know that this podcast isn't good proof of this, but for me, what happens, I'm the sort of person where, if I'm running a race, this is the best way to illustrate it. I'm running a race. I'm running. I'm speedy. I'm pacing myself. I'm slaying. I'm girl bossing. Around 50% of the race, if I did super well, if I was doing all of those things successfully, start getting cocky. Not cocky, but I start getting confident. I'm like, see, I can do it. I have the endurance for this. I have the skill for this, blah, blah, blah. And then 50 to 75%, I'm stupid. And I start slowing down because my brain is like, it stops panicking. It's like my brain can only operate from a place of panic. And because that panic is gone and now confidence has set in, brain doesn't work. And then at the end, I have to try and make up for the time that I just lost. Anyway, so knowing that I'm getting closer just fucks me up. It screws with my brain.
Okay.
You know?
Great. Amazing. So insightful.
Anyway, let's get going. Let's get going.
Okay, so Daenerys. We open on to a scene of sex dancing. Like,
oh yes, I low-key forgot about that.
I don't know what else to call it, but it's
was
like
a little like,
it's not like stripping. It's not suggestive. It's like actual fucking while dancing.
Yeah, it's like very like, you know how people will turn anything into a painting, or people will turn anything into a dance? Like, they'll be like, the dance to show motherhood and birth.
Right.
Like, and I'm not making fun of it. I'm just saying, like, people will do anything. This was kind of giving me that energy where you go to like a super like indie production and they're just like fucking on stage.
Turn motherhood into birth? Is that what you said?
No. Hold on. Okay. As we've learned today, my words are not clicking. Here's what I mean. You know how, like, people will, like, do dances about anything. And, like, have you ever seen those dances that are, like, this represents, like, childbirth? And it'll be, like, dance. Like, that's what I was trying to say. I don't know why I said mother. Like, I think I was thinking Mother of Dragons, and I fumbled my words.
Because I immediately flashed back to that one episode of the Gilmore Girls where Kirk does that interpretive dance of
okay, yeah,
right? From like child,
I like that,
birth,
yes,
all the way to like
yes.
death.
Okay, wait. Now that I think about it, what I was just describing to you is like kind of perfectly Kirk. Like, I feel like Kirk, if he could, he would just like go and like be like, this is the dance of when a popcorn pops in the microwave, like, you know, or like pops in the heat and like slay, you know?
Okay, so Daenerys is watching these sex dancers.
Continue. Yes, absolutely.
I know I keep being the one that takes us.
No,
on
it's
these
okay. It's okay.
And then also being the one to be like, no more.
No, but you know what I think? I think that our episodes where we girl boss our way through super quickly aren't the best. Not that they're bad, but they're not my faves. But I also don't think that the ones where we don't shut the fuck up those are also not the best. I think the good in between is where we go off and then we control. We go off and then we control because it's like moderation,
okay,
you know?
All right.
So anyway, let's aim for more moderation than going off, though. Anyway, sorry, talk.
Okay. So, no, you're taking us through these. Okay, wait, no, I'm taking us through these because we gotta have some don't interrupt me unless it's crucial, okay?
Okay, cool. I'll think on that.
Okay, so the reason she's watching these sex dancers is because Zaro Zoandoxos of Karth, remember that guy, is here. And he's brought these guys with him, and he means to present them as a gift to her. And she's like, sure, I'll take them and then I'll free them. But he's like, then you would just ruin their art. And, okay, the whole, like, what is the right thing to do here? Is slavery really that bad? It is, like, just continues.
Kind of a little, it's a little, like, but it really, I feel like, you know, the way that I choose to see it, this is my brain trying to see it, hopefully, right? Because there's a lot of ways that I could take this and plunge into depression, right? But the way that I'm choosing to take this is like, that's the thing when everything's so fucked up. Like, it does have to be an everything overhaul. You can't just, like, one person savior your way through, you know? So it isn't like, oh my god, fuck, how do we get rid of this terrible thing? It's like, hey, we gotta be smart about it, you know? Like, I'm choosing to think of it as, like, the way we went about this was the issue, not the thing we were doing.
Okay, I agree. Yeah, no, I just mean that this chapter continues that.
No, I know what you mean. Yeah,
and I am just
absolutely
tired for it.
I know, it's very,
I'm not tired of it, I am too tired for it.
Fair. I totally get that. Kate, can you remind me of something?
No.
Zara, your voice was so sad. I wanted to cry. Oh.
No, that's because I had a
I've never
voice
heard
break.
you sound like that. Oh my god. Okay. Zaro, can you give me a quick... Okay.
Okay, so
No.
she goes to
I
Karth.
know that some of the things... I know what happened, but, like, the thing that I'm confused about is, like, he doesn't feel the need to be like, hey, my bad, I took you into the House of the Undying. Like, do you know what I mean? I just feel like that...
The whole thing with
Okay.
the Kartheen is, like, they're fucked up.
Okay, cool.
Like,
I guess because just, like, my only thought was, like, he's just showing up like we're friends. And I wasn't sure if that was the point, but I guess that's the point.
it's like we don't say the bad things out loud. It's a very toxic, like, I don't, at least, like, among, like, the rich of the Karth, what Dany notices is that they'll cry at, like, the drop of a hat, but really they don't say anything real, you know?
Okay,
so
right.
when Dany burned down the House of the Undying, the city turned against her. He was like, you have to leave, and also you have to give me back everything I ever gifted you, and just turned completely hostile and was like, give me a dragon or else. And she's like, I never said I would give you a dragon. And he's like, well, you made false promises, even though she, like, it was just this whole fucked up thing. So he basically ousted her from his house in the city.
Yeah.
And now he's like, oh, we're such good friends. Like, who even remembers that
Okay. Got it.
The other thing is, like, he's gay, but he wanted to marry her so that he could, because he didn't tell her that, like, one of the traditions of Karth marriages is that, like, when you get married, you can ask the person one gift and they cannot deny it, and he planned to ask for a dragon, like, this whole thing.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. Because I just couldn't, like, because basically everything I remembered was either, like, I just remember, like, the prophecies, because those we've talked about since. Like, I didn't remember, like, the dynamics of, like, I thought I remembered him taking her there and screwing her over, but I was like, I could be wrong. But, okay, cool. I do kind of remember that vibe now. Okay, cool. Okay, that makes everything make sense, I think.
Yeah, I don't know if he specifically took her to the House of the Undying. It was, like, Pirate Pri who had, like, invited her, and for some reason...
But he was also being a fucking two-faced asshole.
Yeah, like, all of Karth was messed up, basically.
Okay, yeah. That's actually really interesting, though, because it's like a different type of fucked up and evil. Yeah. Being evil, you know?
Just...
Yeah.
We get a whole variety. Like, why leave one fucked upness out?
Please, real, exactly. Oh my god.
Okay, so they're sitting there watching. It's like this whole thing, but what she's thinking about is like, oh, this makes me horny for Dario, but at least he's coming back to me, because the news is that the Stormcrows, that's his company, have convinced the Lazarine to side with her. So she's got some allies. They're not exactly like a fighting people, but they're still allies, you know? So that's something. It's like the one good news she's gotten.
Exactly. And she's so like, she's like, oh, my Prince Charming did this for me. And I was like, you know what? I'm glad you have some good news that you can romanticize right now, Dany. You know?
Yeah. And also there's like updates on, so obviously like the Sons of the Harpy are still, she's thinking about them. They're still, going about at night, killing people. And remember, she no longer has her Unsullied patrol the streets. They're restricted to her pyramids. So, what are they called? The Shave Pates people, like the Shave Pates are the ones. So it's like 50% Shave Pates people, 50% freedmen, who are now part of like the watch of the city. And because the Sons of the Harpy have threatened anybody who serves Daenerys, they wear masks of different animals, like jackals and owls and beasts, to hide their identities while they're out patrolling. So that's interesting. I don't know if I have anything to say about that. Do you?
I just was like, okay, go off. Smart. play the game. I don't know.
Yeah, but then like some of the Sons of the Harpy could just take some mass and be like, we're patrolling. Like how do you confirm the identity of your own people, you know?
That's true. Like, I do think there's flaws with it, but I think, like, it's better than, like, at least they're doing something, you know?
Yeah, but it's also, like, I don't know. Well, okay, like, here they're obviously, you know, they're to try to protect the city, but in my own, you know, mind, whenever I think of like police and then like giving them another sense of anonymity and then that gives them this like, but we don't have any indication that there's any abuses of power from them going on.
Yeah,
like this is just me projecting my own shit onto this, but
yeah.
The idea of
no,
like,
I do get that
of law enforcement, that is what they're doing here, like hiding behind not just their whatever, not just their, what is it called, like position authority, but also like actually like anonymity and stuff that like makes me uncomfortable. But I understand what's happening.
I get that.
Here,
yeah. No, I know what you mean.
The whole thing with the whatchamacallit, the Watchmen. Remember when we watched the Watchmen?
Yes, I remember the blue.
Yeah,
the blue guy. Yeah, because it was like, yes. Oh my god, yes, that was a really big theme.
Okay, anyway, so coming back to this world, not...
Wait, now my brain has, holy shit.
Okay, so...
Sorry. No. Okay, because we saw that so long ago,
I know.
The things that my brain remembers are like the
very
weird
fuzzy
scenes.
For me, but I remember vibes more than details.
Yes. You're turning into me.
Except, like, no, but I remember some details very vividly. Like, I don't know where those details fit into the rest of the story, but I remember them because it also had some really weird moments.
Yeah. That's
okay,
fair.
So her blood riders, she has sent them out to the area surrounding Marine because she needs those on her side if she's gonna, like, actually hold Marine. I'm just, like, highlighting all the main things we need to hear because there's a lot of, you know, cursory information. Is that the word?
Yes.
He brings up Jorah.
That was fucked up.
And, yeah. What else do they talk about? Obviously he's like, oh, if you won't take me as a husband, let me be your slave. And she's like, I don't want any slave.
You do realize that what I'm doing right now is... Yeah.
And this is when he offers to gift her the dancers, and she's like, I'll free them. And then he's like, what will they do then? This is all they know what to do. And then they'll be, you know, off digging ditches instead of making art. And if you force someone to perform is like, you know, that's not...
Yeah, I don't know if you can quite stand there and call it artistic expression.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
I have a question.
Yeah.
So, about her blood riders, the fuck are they? Where did she send them again?
She just says the hinterlands. Like, it's in the chapter. You read the same thing I read.
No, but what does that mean?
It just
Do you
means
know
the
anything?
area surrounding Marine.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Continue.
Okay. And, okay. So then he's like, well, you know, slavery is really necessary. It's like rain. You may not like it, but it's needed.
Yeah.
And he tells a story about
and he also... No, continue.
Meeting this guy when he came to Marine just now, who used to be a rich merchant, but now that he has no slaves to trade, he's poor, and he's he's digging ditches next to the river for irrigation. And he would rather I buy him as a slave than you have him free. Like, no, wait, what? I just lost my whole... He would
rather like be a slave for me than like, do the work he's doing right now with you. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. I lost all semblance of sentencing.
Please.
Okay.
Yeah. And just one thing before we go to the next part of the conversation is, like, he makes this argument that like basically like he's comparing like the dancing to like being a soldier and like discipline and perfection. And I don't like this argument. People make this argument and I don't like it because it's really fucked up. It's like, okay, so we're fucking robots? Like, the fuck are you yapping about? Like, every single thing that he said in this chapter, I was like, can you leave?
Yeah, that's kind of the whole point of him, though.
I know, but it's just like, you know? Anyway,
yeah,
continue.
but he's specifically saying, like, art and, like, dance and stuff does require discipline, you know? But what he's saying is that, like, only slavery can teach you that discipline. And
that's what I'm... Yeah. Sorry. Once again, my words are not working today. But that's what I mean. Like, that's not... The fuck? Like, that's not how, like, skill works. Like, have we ever heard of, like, intrinsic motivation? And, like, how to actually... You know, like there comes a time.
Like, he's like, well, you know, some people need to do all the dirty work so others can look to the heavens and like be astronomers and shit. And I'm like, but why do you get to be the one who decides who does all the work and who does all the look into the heavens? Like,
exactly. It's like this, like. Yeah, don't look over there. Look, but our lives are good. They're doing it for us. Us. And it's like, girl, shut up.
But one major L for Daenerys in this chapter is when he's talking about his friend who used to be a merchant, and she's like, yeah, but he is being paid with room and board, which is not great, because that's exactly what you would say you pay a slave. So Daenerys, you gotta there was a little compensation.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, yeah, like, obviously I don't agree with this guy and he's fucked up and he's saying fucked up things, but like, it really is like, that's kind of the point of all these Dany chapters, is like, all of these people are not necessarily like in a better place now because everything else is so fucked up, you know?
Yeah. But also, like, I know, like, she's having, you know, cash flow issues, but still, you gotta offer your people working for you more than just food and shelter.
Yeah, it's kind of that, yeah, it basically is like, but I'm not doing what they're doing, so it's not as bad, so it's fine, you know? But it's like, that's not
bad. It's just all bad.
Yeah, that's not how wrongdoings work. Like, it's kind of like one of those things where you're like thinking about the principle more than like the actual impact, you know? Like, she's like, well, like, they're not my slaves. Like, I don't like, they're here out of, like, whatever. But like, she's not thinking about like, okay, but like, is there like, what's it called? Quality of life closer to an enslaved person right now, or to like me, or to other freed people? Like, it just, you know, like, it's just like kind of, she's like, oh, but like, I'm not calling them slaves.
To go. Starve,
yeah, exactly.
But like, they're free.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, yeah.
Okay.
I feel like this be happening a lot.
Yeah. Okay, so then
continue.
Zara's like, okay, I got some news. I have things to say to you in private. Can we find somewhere quiet? And she takes him up to her terrace. Barristan Selmy, of course, follows as her guard. And so they go and talk, and, you know, she's like, I'm so glad you're here. Let's be traitors again. Sorry, I said betrayed, and and then I heard betrayed, the word betrayed, and then I just got confused.
Okay. I was like, what do you mean?
I don't know. She's like, let's be trading. And he's like, yeah, sure, I'll take olives, I'll take wine. No, he doesn't say I'll take wine. He says, I'll take gold, like, I'll take... And she's like, oh, we have none of those things. We have some wine and some salt. And he's like, we don't want that. But we do want slaves, so if you want to sell us people, that's great. And she's like, no, that's not happening. Obviously. But then she does say, like, if you want slaves, just go to the Dothraki. Which is also, like...
We don't do that here, but let me promote where we do it. Let me promote the place where I got sentenced to that.
I guess it's like a valid question. Like, why are you here? But anyway, so what he says is like the Dothraki make slaves, like they enslave people when they conquer areas, but where the slaves are trained is in Slavers Bay, like where they are now. And so that's why he wants them. And also Dothraki aren't going to be traveling all the way to Karth with enslaved people, and because that's risking a lot of lives and stuff, and it's just too much work.
Yeah.
So I guess this area is really just the chief manufacturer of indentured service. It's great.
Yeah.
Love that.
It's very, this whole argument is just him being like, but our economy, and her being like, but the people, bro. He's like, yeah, but just turn a blind eye and like go back home. Here, I have pretty ship for you to go back home. And she's like, I'm not doing that. And he's like, then we're fighting.
Yeah, basically. Some of the details in that are Astapor, like the guy who was the new king, the Butcher King, has lost a battle, so he's like not doing great. Young Kai is gathering forces. We heard about this in Quentin's chapter. Remember, there's like all the sellswords that are gathering up to go fight Daenerys and all of that. And also he talks about how it's even heard that the Golden Company might be joining them.
That's crazy.
And so remember, the Golden Company is where Tyrion is headed. So is the Golden Company joining Young Kai, or is the Golden Company joining like Griff and coming to Daenerys to help?
Yeah.
Anyway, a lot of information going around. And what's interesting is, well, I don't know if it's interesting, but just something that took my notice is that Viserys had apparently tried to get the Golden Company on his side, but they just laughed in his face.
Dude.
Which also kind of, okay, here's the thing with the Golden Company, right? Like, they were ousted by Targaryens because they were Blackfires. So it kind of makes sense that they wouldn't want to help Viserys, but then why would they now want to help Daenerys?
Yeah.
Or is it just like, it's been long enough and she's got dragons, so like...
I don't know. Maybe it's like... I don't know. Maybe it's like the scheme of like, they're not trying to help her. They're trying to help her long-lost Blackfire cousin, Young Griff.
Right.
And the Dany thing is just like a cover story. I don't know. I'm not sure. But that's kind of my thinking as of right now. Like... Maybe they are against,
in that scenario,
like,
would then like Young Griff like get one of her dragons and then just like be like, I'm the king of the world now.
Basically, yeah.
Right, because like there's that whole thing about like Blackfire's potentially also having the Targaryen like bond to dragons thing. Like we heard, right, like in the Duncan eggs, like the last one. Remember, there's that dragon egg that they're trying to give to that Blackfire kid. And they think he's gonna hatch a dragon.
Oh,
right? Remember that?
Okay. Wait, does that happen? Or we don't know because we didn't get another.
The last Duncan egg story, he gets caught. Blood Raven confiscates the egg. So
yeah.
Seriously? Oh my god.
Bro, I can't remember every single plot, bro. I can't.
Yeah, but that was the plot of that story. Like,
I know, but like, I just kind of remember the confrontation being like, whoa. I don't remember why it was whoa, you know?
Alright.
Okay, yes. Okay, so he has... So, wait, okay, so let me get my details straight here. So, Bloodraven had that dragon egg.
Yes.
Like, at the end, he got it.
Yes.
Where did that come from?
It came the guy White Walls, like the Lord of White Walls, he had like gotten it as like a gift from a king or something ages ago.
Okay.
Or something.
Okay.
And then he was trying to like low-key gift it to the Blackfire kid.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they staged this like fake tourney, because he was going to be the fake winner, but you know.
Okay. And then he'd be like, "In your honor, here you go."
Well, no, it was
then...
basically like whoever wins this tourney gets this egg. And then they had rigged the tourney to make sure that Darian, I think was his name.
Yes.
Would get it.
And that was the guy who was like obsessed with Dunk.
Yes.
Okay, cool. And then
he himself, though, did not know that the egg was just like that they were rigging the tourney. He thought he was just that great that he would win it anyway.
Right. Yes. Okay. Okay, and Blackfire didn't want Darian to have it.
Blackfire?
No.
Darian is Blackfire.
Bloodraven didn't want Darian to get it because Bloodraven
was on the side of the crown.
Yes, because he was the hand.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So then Bloodraven got it, and now Bloodraven is a crow. Okay, I think that the egg that Bloodraven had is one of Dany's dragons now.
It's not.
Okay, why not?
Because I think there's another, like, 3 eggs somewhere other time in history that I don't think you've heard about that become Dany's
okay
eggs.
Oh wait, and also this one's alone, so maybe this is the Euron fucking
but also
Jaqen one.
Targaryens had like a lot of eggs. Like they would put an egg in like every kid's cradle. Like this, like you know, not.
So then, why was it a big deal for the Blackfire kid to take one? Or was it like it's still valuable?
Thing.
Okay, got it.
And it wasn't just like the egg. It was like a whole rebellion. The egg was just a symbol of it.
Okay, cool. Okay, now that we've reminded Harmit of all of those dragon details. Okay, so I think in terms of the Golden Company thing, I think it's like the like Blackfire kid v OG Targaryen, you know?
Okay.
Sort of standoff.
All right. So then, okay, Young Kai's coming for you.
Wait, I just have one more theory. And then the grand reveal is going to be that it's in fact flipped, and Dany is the one descended from a Blackfire, and the other kid is in fact the legitimate heir, and then it's going to be crazy. This isn't going to happen.
How?
I don't know. I just like love like a fun little twist, you know? Anyway, continue. I've been reading way too much romance recently, and the thing about romance is when they really need something to heighten the stakes, they just are like, this person's actually a bastard of this person. Like, they're just flipped. They just flip the birth.
What romance are you reading where bastards matter?
Or like, well, I've been reading some like Regency stuff. And then also like even in modern ones, the modern equivalent of that is like they'll be like, this other guy's actually your secret brother. And then they like have the couple work through like family issues together, and then it's like, oh look, he took care of you when you were struggling, you know? Anyway, continue. Okay, moving on.
Okay, Young Kai's coming from you.
Young Kai be getting more and more people every day. It's bad.
Yeah, she's like, I could have burned Young Kai down back in the day, but I didn't. And he's like, well, you can try now, but while you go do that, Marine's gonna like rise up again against you. So you're gonna be surrounded you are surrounded on all sides by enemies. Yeah. Let me give you a way out. Here are 13 ships. You can take them, get them to go to Westeros. Leave us the fuck alone, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Daenerys is like, oh, okay, that is an interesting offer. But she's suspicious, and she's like, okay, I'll think about it while my master of ships guy or admiral or whatever goes and inspects them, because she doesn't trust that these ships are seaworthy.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, fine, do all the inspections you need. Just promise me you'll leave at the end of it. And she's like, okay, you'll have my answer tomorrow.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, this is really in your favor because you have a lot of enemies. And don't forget, Piet Pri has apparently been like hunting for her since she left Karth. And he went to Pentos to look for her, but obviously she never made it to Pentos.
Right.
But that's like another person who's coming for
another
Dany.
enemy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Not just like, I think he says like with all the warlocks that were left or whatever.
Oh my god.
And then he offers to sex her up, and she's like, no thanks. even she knows he's gay, but she does consider it for a second. She's like, I could pretend he's Dario and just like
oh my god. That was funny.
Wild.
Dude.
And so then he leaves, finally. And she turns to Barristan, who's been there the whole time, to ask for his counsel.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I don't trust this guy, but I do like the idea of ships because they could get us home within a year. And she's like, home. I once had a home in Bravos. I haven't really known another home. You know, her one, not her one trauma, but like one of her major
her
traumas.
big trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of trauma.
Mm-hmm.
But the plan is that he and Grolio, who is the admiral, that's the guy who came on the original ships for Pentos, are gonna go check out the ships, and she's gonna think about it.
Yeah.
And she's also thinking about how is she gonna leave Marine? It's what's gonna happen to her city. But then she's reminded of her brother. She imagines her brother saying to her that this city was never hers. It's the 7 kingdoms that are hers, and her enemies await her. You were born to serve them blood and fire. One interesting thing though.
Mm-hmm.
When Zara was talking about all the like enemies she has, and she's like, all of that doesn't scare me anymore. There's only one thing I'm scared of. And he asks her what it is, and she says, I'm not going to tell you. What do you think it is?
I don't know. Okay, I had theories. Where did I put them? LOL, did I not write anything? Hold on. Oh, well, my first thought was like, is she like afraid of like her dragon going berserk, whatever? Because like that's a new thing. But like I was like, I feel like this has to be more of like an entrenched fear. So then I was like, is it like, I don't know, like Viserys, like, or something? But like
But
I feel like her whole arc
been dead.
I know. No. But like then I was like, her whole arc was getting over that. Like, I don't know. I don't know what frightens her.
She says like, I used to be afraid of a lot of things, but now I'm only afraid of one.
Yeah, I don't know. What is she afraid of? Like, injustice? I don't know. Never getting the throne? I don't know. I have no idea.
If it's her dragons she's afraid of, that is not good.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, the dragons was kind of my first and sort of only thought.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, I have nothing to add to that, so let's move on.
Do you know what it is?
I don't. No.
Oh, really?
I don't know. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't.
You're such a little liar. You schemy little liar.
I said maybe I do, maybe I don't. How is that a lie?
Liar.
I just don't want to say anything. Okay. So, Pied Pri, Dragon, Burn, all. Okay, here we are. Yes. So she goes to bed and she wakes up the next morning being like, I'm going to Westeros. Like, she's already thinking about like she's like, Dario's gonna come and we're gonna hang out and we're all gonna go to Westeros. That's her first thought when she wakes up.
Yeah.
And then her morning meal is brought to her by one of her pages, aka hostages. So this is confirmation that she did in fact take hostages.
Mm-hmm.
So information, you know.
Yeah.
And then she talks about
but
how.
But also, like, why are you having her bring your meal? Like, this girl who probably hates you right now?
Well, this is what they're supposed to do, you know, like pages and cupbearers. It's an honor to serve the queen. You're not hostages, you're just being honored.
Right.
But also, these are children.
I guess. I just am like,
they might think the kids are gonna, like, poison her or something?
They could be. Who knows?
I guess that is, you know what? I didn't think about it because I was just like, they're kids, but like,
hey, if their parents were like, if you want us to ever, if you ever want to get back to having a maid for yourself, like, you have to do this, sweetie.
This Tywin and the little kid Arya, like, I could totally see her poisoning him. But also, she, remember when she was in Harrenhal and she could have chosen to kill Tywin as one of her death wishes, and she didn't.
Dude, can you imagine?
No, Tyrion needed to do it, so.
Yeah, I want to see that what if scenario.
Yeah. Okay, and then she's talking about to her handmaids, and it's like,
they're like, yeah, we've got ships inauspicious.
They're what?
Oh, sorry. One of them is like 13 is inauspicious.
Yeah, and then she's like, yeah, I would rather have 30 or 300, but I'll take what I can get. And then they talk about how the poison water is accursed and that horses cannot drink it. This felt like a regression to me because these people have literally been on ships before with Daenerys.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
This felt weirdly like George R. R. Martin just kind of like reverting to just like, you know, the Dothraki tropes of like, they hate the sea. They're all about their horses. Like,
yeah.
I thought we had, like, at least the
moved
people
on from
who
this.
Like, no, I'm not saying like all Dothraki in the world are over being afraid of the sea, but the people that are literally have done it with her. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't realize that, but that is weird.
Yeah. So I didn't expect them to say this after having had all that experience. So that was weird.
Yeah.
Okay, and then she has like her, you know, regular audience that day, and the first guy that comes is on behalf of Cleon, the Butcher King, and she's like, he got himself into this trouble, he better get him out of it, and also he's a slaver, I'm not helping him. And this guy curses her and spits in her face.
Dude, that is like, that was wow.
Okay. And then Strong Belwas like grabs him and slams him down and breaks his teeth, and that's all bad. But she's just like, don't kill him, take him away. No one has ever died from spittle. I feel like there needs to be more, because this is like in front of her entire audience.
Exactly.
Like, what kind of precedents are you setting? People can just spit in your face and they'll be fine?
Yeah. And especially like with all these enemies coming, like, you want the next rumor to be that Dany's not gonna do shit. She's gonna thank you when you come and like
spit in her face.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, and then later, like, Pied Pre threatens her, and she's like, "I'll excuse it one time," and then he does it again, and then she just lets him go. I don't like.
I think maybe this is also like one of those like, she be getting scared, you know? She's losing her confidence. She's losing her, like...
I understand her wanting to be a benevolent ruler and all of those things. But there's gotta be consequences for people's actions. Like, I'm not saying kill him right away, but, like, something. Like...
Yeah, and I know what you mean, but I don't even think it's her being like, I have to be good and forgiving because I'm benevolent. I feel like it's more like... I think that, like... she's seeing the consequences of her actions, and I think she's like I think she's like fucking up her like consequences decision making, because she's trying, like, I feel like part of her is like probably trying to think long term, and she's like, I don't want to fuck something up again, but then she's like being too lenient because she's getting caught up in like her decisions.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like she just like, I think she's losing her edge a little bit.
I agree.
Because
Okay.
I feel like even in these chapters, like, she tries not to outright say it, but there's a lot of moments, and I feel like increasingly so, where she's like, yeah, unfortunately there was truth in his words. Unfortunately, I did do that. Like, she's kind of reckoning with like her actions and all the things, whatever. But then she's not really doing it in like a productive way. Like, she'll either like shove it aside or like try to pretend it's not there, sort of thing, or whatever. So like, I just feel like this is like that subconscious, like, realizing like she's kind of digging these holes that she can't get out of, and she's losing her edge.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay, so later that day, she convenes a council of all of her people and all the like captains of all her army soldiers stuff. This includes, Barris and Salome, the Admiral, Grey Worm, the Shave Paid, and all of those guys. And of course, also she's created companies like I guess sellsword companies or soldier companies of the freedmen, and put like people in charge of that, and those captains are also there. And it's basically like, okay, so the news is the ships are good to go. Like, they're not great, but they will get them there. Should she go or not? That's the discussion here. And it's like I don't know, Resnack is like, oh yeah, if you abandon us, they'll kill us. Like, you'll be on your way, but we're gonna be dying. And then she's like, well, you can come with me. And one of the guys, Marcelin, who is Missandei's brother and the leader of one of the companies, is like, yeah, we will definitely go wherever you go. But then the problem is how, like, 13 ships aren't gonna get everybody to Westeros. And Grey Worm offers for the Unsullied to like march most of the way, but then they're like, they would get separated too soon. Like, it just wouldn't make sense. Either everybody marches or everybody goes on ships, or just like, and also it's just not a good what she needs is like 3,000 ships is what she needs.
Yeah.
Maybe 300.
And I also just feel like, even if she, like, I know that that's the thing they're dealing with, but my thoughts about this problem specifically is like, I don't even know if like taking all of them and plopping them down in Westeros is necessarily a solution, or just kind of like, hey, come with me while I win my queendom. Like, I don't know. Like, I just don't really think that that's...
Yeah. I was,
because
in my
either
head, I
you
was
drag
thinking more like along the lines of Nymeria and how she took all her people and resettled in Westeros. But you're right. Like, when you're conquering, and Daenerys herself has like had experience with this. Like, when she was she went from Astapor to Yunkai and Meereen. Yeah, she had all these formerly enslaved people following her because they didn't have anywhere else to go, and she didn't know how to like help them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and like, it's just like, we're uprooting everyone.
How are you gonna feed
after
everybody?
You already exactly, and like after you already uprooted them, and they're still like struggling to make sense of things, and like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, you've done this, and now you kind of like, you said you were gonna stay and help them, and now I fear you have to commit, like, or just not have done the thing in the first place. Like, I just don't know if like taking everybody in, like, I get that like the situation here is very bleak, but I just don't know if taking everybody and going to Westeros is the best thing when you don't even know if like, I don't know, like, are you gonna be safe in Westeros? I know you have all these people to like sort of protect you and do the thing, but it's just very like, what if you get there and you're a wanted criminal and everyone's after you, and now you got to keep fighting? And it also just is very much like, you know how Stannis wants to use the free folk as like the vanguard, and then it's like, well, a lot of them are you're basically sacrificing a lot of them. And I just feel like dragging them to Westeros into her battles just kind of feels like that. Where, like, here, I get her saying, like, oh, I'm fighting for you, like, I want to do what's better for you. But taking them to Westeros and being like, we can't settle down, we can't do anything and relax until you guys are able to win me this, because otherwise I'm going to be a wanted criminal, is kind of a little like, oh, so you just freed them so you'd have soldiers? So we're just kind of in the same, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's
anyway,
not good.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah,
okay,
going
so
back to what they're discussing.
Yeah, there's she can't leave them, she can't take them. It's all bad.
Yeah.
So like Grolio and Barristan, everybody's like, we gotta do it. But then she's like, no, I will not abandon my people. I'm staying. And that's her decision. Okay. Say all of your concerns that you just outlined, which are valid, didn't exist for some reason, okay?
Okay.
Say her thing is she wants to take all her people with her.
And that I do respect.
Okay.
I just
wait,
foresee.
No, let
me...
Yeah,
yes. Continue.
All these people want her gone. Can't she strike a deal with them, like, give me 1,000 ships and you can have Marine? Like...
Right, like, why is she just settling for the 13? I guess,
will they be like, we're not going to give you 1,000 ships so that you take everyone with you and then we have no one to sell?
Right.
Like,
and I guess also it's the thing of, like,
even later when she tells Zaro, she's like, I can't go. I wanted her to be like, give me 300 ships and then I'll go. Like, you know?
Right. Some negotiation.
Yeah, I know that it would have all still been terrible and ended badly anyway, but I just wanted it to be tried.
Yeah, but do you think that, like, Zaro would have done that?
No.
Like, do you think that would have worked?
Like, well, you give me an incomplete gift and that's not good enough, you know? Then she has more of a leg to stand on. I don't know.
Got it. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I know it wouldn't actually result in any solutions, but I wanted her to say it anyway.
Yeah. Just try. Yeah.
Yeah. So, speaking of Zaro, she summons him and is like, and he gives her a map and is like, here's a map to guide your way home. And she's like, yeah, about that.
Okay, wait. Before Zaro shows up, Barristan is it's like they're still debating back and forth, and Barristan, the last thing that, like, Barristan says is, he's like, you're not wanted here, but in Westeros men will flock to your banner by the thousands. And it just, as much as I, like, love Barristan, it's just really funny to have, like, to go from having people like oh god, what was his name, Qyburn and, like, Varys as, like, informants and advisors to, like, Barristan. And it's not that I don't think he's doing a good job. It's just that, like, he's a little delusional. That just made me laugh.
Yeah,
and then Dany's like, if they love me so much, they'll wait for me.
But, like, we know Dorne wants to. Like, it's not completely...
It falls... Yeah, I get it. It's just kind of funny, because it just kind of feels a little bit, very slightly, like Illyrio being like, Viserys, you're their king.
Yes,
people
it's definitely overstated.
Yeah.
Which is an understatement in and of itself.
Yeah, but then Tapestry.
Okay, yeah, she's like, I'm not, I mean, if you can I would love to take the ships, but I'm not leaving. And then he's like, you will die. And, you know, Karth is your enemy now. And what does he say? Something like, blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah. He says, like, I wish I had killed you back in Karth. And this is when she's like, I will accuse a threat once, but not again. And then he's like, I don't make threats. I make promises. And then she just lets him leave.
Yeah.
And the next morning, he's gone. But the gifts still remain. And on one of the ships, he has left a single blood-stained glove, which is declaration of war. And that's the end of that chapter. I don't know. Give me some random predictions. I don't have the
Okay.
willpower to ask you specifics.
LOL. I meant to write bribe didn't work, but my book says bride didn't work. And I was like, what the fuck am I yapping about? Okay.
You're saying that as if your book auto-corrected you, but this is a physical book.
No, I didn't mean, I meant I wrote it wrong. Okay. That's what I meant. I wasn't trying to trick anyone.
I don't like your trickery tricks.
Okay, rap star.
What?
Because you're like, trickery, trick. Like, I feel like that'd be a good, repetition. Anyway, okay. Okay. So, is he gonna is he waging his own war on her? Is he joining the sort of what's?
I think if anything, he's probably gonna join Young Kai, who's already...
Wait, no, who's Pyro? What was
Pyatt Pri.
Thank you, yeah. Or, is he gonna, like, join Young Kai? Is he gonna be like, I've met her, I know her?
He's first gotta find him, you know?
True.
Young Kai
and also, I think,
literally...
like, this is even worse for Danny, because it's like, A, he knows her, all the things, but also, like, even in this chapter, like, there was, like, the implication that he knew more than, like, we knew that he knew, like, the thing of, like, where are your dragons? Right. Blah, blah, blah. There have been whispers, yes, all the things.
One of her things is, like, I have dragons, and he's like, do you? Do you really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
that's actually
even at the end, right
bit.
before...
I totally forgot about that, so thank you for reminding.
That's okay. Even, like, right at the end before he leaves, when he's like, I should have slain you in Karth, he's like, when your dragons were small, they were a wonder, grown their death and devastation, a flaming sword above the world. And that also was interesting. I was like, that's, like, another thing that they can totally use against her, too. And anyway, I'm very worried about Danny. Like, does she die? Like, are we sure she's alive at the end of this? I don't know. But anyway, I'm kind of worried about her. I think, he's gonna join Young Kai. He is kind of formidable because he has met her and all the things. This is bad, is my prediction.
Okay, cool. Well...
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I have anything...
Like, Dario's coming back. What's that gonna be like?
That's gonna be good. They're gonna fuck. And it's gonna be great for her.
Okay. All right.
That's basically my prediction. No, like, the people, I don't know much about them. I think it's gonna be good, but I think it might not be, like, the most useful thing. Because they're not, like, fighters, right?
What is she gonna... Never mind. Okay.
What?
So, I don't know. I lost my train of thought, and I didn't want to chase it. So now we're just gonna
Okay, yeah. I guess my thing is, like, I don't know, like, how does she prep for battle now? Like, she just, there's one more enemy. So it just is like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what we do from here. I'm gonna try and think of one thing she's gonna do. Maybe she acts so smart and she goes and starts training her dragons for battle.
Okay.
Instead of fighting them away.
Very nice. Thank you. John. I sound so condescending. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay.
I promise I don't know what is wrong, but I don't like anything right now, so I'm just gonna be a whiny little child for the rest of this episode. Enjoy that.
Okay. Slay. Okay. John is in the Wormways, under Castle Black.
Yes, they are making inventory counts. It's super fun.
Yeah, he's got Bowen. He's got Wick.
Yeah, and they've got, like, freezers under the wall for all the meat.
Mm-hmm.
And Bowen Marsh is concerned because they are running out of food real fast. And to John, it seems like they have endless food, but really, they are feeding, like, thousands of people. Yeah. And it is not enough. Before they took all these people in, and Stannis and all of that, they had enough, like, remember they had, like, 500 people on the watch, if that.
Yeah.
They had enough food for those people for like 3 or 4 years of winter.
Yeah.
If they were like really careful. But
Mm-hmm.
now they're gonna run out like within a year. And
Yeah.
it's not good. And so John's like, okay, well, we'll just cut everybody's portion by a quarter. And Boy and Marsh is like, yeah, that'll help, sure.
Yeah. And then John's like, this is gonna make me even more popular.
Yup. And he's thinking about what they could do. Like they could, if they had more money, they could buy more food from somewhere south.
Yeah.
And he's thinking about how that somewhere south, the only option really they have is like the Vale.
Mm-hmm.
And then this broke my heart. He wonders how. First, I guess they haven't heard about Lysa being dead, but like how she would feel about feeding her sister's bastard, her sister's husband's bastard. And then he remembers that as a kid, he always felt that Catelyn begrudged him every bite, which is just so sad.
Yeah.
Catelyn!
Yeah, Catelyn, don't abuse a child. Thank you.
Just, like, yeah, I guess
Yeah.
her fatal flaw. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't like
it. Really is like good people can be fucking bitchy, you know?
Yeah.
It really is that. Rest in peace, but also don't. Also, you're not.
Yeah.
You're not, in fact, resting in peace.
Which is why, like, I think that the Lady Stoneheart story has to be, like, somehow Jon related. And
yes.
Catelyn, like, you know.
Jon is, in fact, they have a little, yeah, totally.
I don't know, but that's what I want it to be.
No, totally, I get that. I want that.
Okay. So, let's get back to what we have. Yeah, okay, so Bo and Marsh is complaining about all the free folk that they have to feed, and also somebody suggests like going out and hunting, and Bo and Marsh is like, yeah, no, like it's super dangerous, we should not be going out there. And Jon remembers that, right, you want us to close the gates, and that's not cool. Oh, by the way, Anna on Discord reminded me or pointed out that, remember I was like, didn't Jon advocate for that at one point? No, did not happen. Fabrication. Just
nice. Good job.
So Jon, like, not agreeing with Bo and Marsh. It's fine.
Yeah, nice.
The point I made was inaccurate. And what am I saying? Yes, okay, and then he starts thinking about what everybody else thinks about Bo and Marsh's idea. The stewards and the builders like it, but the rangers are like, no, fuck that. The free folk are just gonna find other places to get in through, and we can't monitor the entire wall, so like it's pointless. Yeah. And it's kind of like a split between who agrees with Jon, or like who agrees with Bo and Marsh and who doesn't, basically. And yeah, so Jon's like, okay, we'll find a way to feed him. It's fine. Don't worry about it. And then they go up out of the tunnels, and he is being summoned by Stannis, and it's Devin Davos's kid, who's the squire that comes to summon him and is like, the king commands your presence. And Dolores said is like, you mean requests, right? Like, he's trying to be Dolores.
Yeah.
Me and Dolores said.
Also, like, yeah, why? Okay, so Devin is, like, kind of afraid of Ghost.
Oh, yeah.
And then Ghost is, like, kind of... And I'm like, is Devin bad? Why is Devin bad?
I was thinking, does it have to do with the fact that he's got, like, he's one of the Queen's men, quote-unquote, and Ghost doesn't like that, because, like, the Queen's men do be against the old gods, and, you know?
Okay, interesting.
That was my thought. I don't know if it's accurate or even...
I like that better than Davos's son being a fucking turd, you know?
Yeah. Okay, so what he's being summoned. Oh, it's because the Wrong Way Rangers are back, so they have news.
Oh yeah. Nice.
And so John goes. There's like a whole council happening there, and
Mm-hmm.
like all the commanders are there, including the Magnar of Then is there as well, and Rattleshirt is there, which John is super
Shout
annoyed
out.
by. But Rattleshirt's like, where? Okay. Melisandre has apparently.
This was kind of fucked up.
Yeah, so she's wearing this bracelet with like a ruby, like a huge ruby, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he says, I'm done like being on the free folks side, and I'll do what I'm told. Ask the Red Witch.
Mm-hmm.
And then she like murmurs something in a foreign tongue, and her ruby at her throat throbs, and then the one on Rattleshirt's wrist also brightens and like wanes and stuff. And according to Melisandre, as long as he wears that gem, he's bound to her blood and soul. So she's done some like dark magic shit. What?
This is fucked up because like especially they're gonna be like use him to get the free folk to follow him,
But
and
it
especially if they're like
it's like maybe it doesn't seem like she's controlling his every action, because he's like literally insulting her and like everything. So it's not like she can control his words, but I guess she can keep him from betraying them.
Yeah, but I thought it wasn't like I thought she was like letting him say shit because that's kind of who he is. Like it's kind of like she's letting him keep his personality, whatever, but like she could stop that if she wanted.
Interesting.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. So
like for now, she's just kind of like, you're bound to me. Yeah, no, this was really fucked up.
And
especially like this is what they're gonna use to get everyone to like come into battle and all the things and be like, oh look, it's your leaders, whatever. But it just is like, come on, Mela.
Yeah, but they're actually gifting, quote unquote, Rattleshirt to Jon as part of the Night's Watch. So he's not going to be one of the commanders of Stannis's people. Or are they like? But then they're also just telling Jon that he's under our control, so that like, so it's not even like a secret, like we're having him spy on Jon for us mission. It's like a totally not secret, we're totally spying on you mission. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, it's just a weird situation.
Yeah, okay, wait, yeah, I looked at it again. It's only the Magnar going into battle, not Rattleshirt. Okay, yeah, Rattleshirt is Jon, right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's so weird. Yeah, that's also interesting with, like, Melisandre staying behind, too. Like, it's like, Gurley is really like, Jon, we are getting you covered, basically.
Yes. Okay, so, they're talking about Morzumber. He has, I guess this is who the Wrong Way Rangers were gone to talk to, right? He has proposed terms. He wants to... Okay, wait, no. Who is imprisoned? Which one of the Umbers is imprisoned by the Lannisters? Is it Small John?
Maybe? Yeah.
Because the Great John is dead, right? He died at the
Red
wedding.
Yeah. Then it is Small John.
No, they have the Great John captive.
And Small John's dead?
Maybe.
Okay, it's one of them. I don't know if it quite matters.
So this is like the Great John's uncles. So Morzumber is one of the uncles. So he's not like an inheritor, and he's not directly in charge of the Umbers, but like he's one of the brothers who's in charge while the Great John isn't around due to being captive. Okay. Yeah, he's the Great John's uncle. Okay, great. Sorry. I was
Oh
thinking
my god.
Great John died and then they were Small John's uncles, but no, it's like one generation before that.
Yeah.
I will get this straight at some point in my life, maybe. Okay.
Oh my god.
So he hates the free folk, first off, because his daughter was carried off by raiders 30 years ago. So that's like one feature. He also beheaded a crow. Beheaded? Is that what happened? Bit off the head of a crow that pecked out one of his eyes. And he's called Crow's Food now. Crow Food Umber. So
Crow Food Umber.
His thing is, I'll fight for you, but you have to forgive my brother. Horsebane Umber. Because he's fighting with the Boltons right now. That's his deal. Like, I'll fight for you, but you gotta forgive my brother. And also, if it comes to my brother fighting for the Boltons and me fighting for you, I am not fighting my brother. So that's his deal for Stannis.
And also give me Mance Rayder's skull.
Oh, yes. I want his skull to drink out of because I hate free folk. That's his deal. And everybody like around Stannis is like, oh, if he doesn't want to pledge his whole fealty, screw him, kill him, and make an example out of him. And Jon's like, yeah, that'll be
y'all cannot afford to make examples right now. Like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that'll get everybody against you. And some people suggest that these uncles of Great John's are actually scheming to take over the Great John's seat. And they're gonna kill the Great John's kids and all of that. And Jon, first off, Jon's like, no, that is not the Umber way. They're not no. They are loyal, and the only reason I bet they're fighting for the Umbers is because the Great John is captive.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think you can trust them, basically, is what he says.
Yeah. Right?
That's the information there.
Yeah.
And okay. And then Stannis also has been in touch with Arnulf Karstark. I think I called him Arnold, but it's Arnulf. Well, same difference. We had heard in a previous Jon chapter that they have declared for Stannis the Karstarks. So he's heard from them and Morzumber that Boltons are going down south, and Stannis surmises that that's probably to take over Moat Cailin so that Roose Bolton can get through the neck and to the north.
It's so funny to me that Bolton is winning this whole battle and he still hasn't been able to go home. He's still stuck south. You know what I mean? Right? And that's since he got separated from Jon, right? Oh, nope. From Robb, right?
Separate.
Or did he get stuck after the Ironborn took it? Oh, fucking yeah, he was. Holy shit.
He was the one who slit Robb's throat.
Yes. The whole reveal. It was a white. Yes, got it.
It was a white?
No, not a white. It was the white was involved.
Nope.
Yes, it was.
No, it was not. In Catelyn's chapter, she's in her last chapter. Somebody in a pink cloak slits Robb's throat.
Oh, it was pink. It was pink. I was like, there was an important color. Yes, it was pink. Yeah, and then we were like, oh my god, it's Bolton.
All right, so they're like, we don't have to worry about it. Moat Cailin's never been taken. And Jon's like, no, you idiots, it's never been taken from the south, but they're attacking from the north, so they have an advantage. And just Jon knowing all the things and these southern lords just being like, we know everything and you suck.
Yeah, exactly. This was very y'all really don't pay attention to the North, like North 101. Come on, bitches. And also he's like, yeah, you're gonna have to like pass the Umberlands to get there. Half of these people be hating you.
Yeah, like say you even get the Umbers on your side and all of that.
Yeah.
By the time you get to the Dreadfort, which is Stannis' plan is to attack the Dreadfort because he's like, oh, it's like abandoned. There's like 50 people. Like he's got all these reports from Arlenoff or Karstark that there's like 50, less than 50, and half of them are servants, and like it's totally ripe for the taking.
Yeah.
By the time you get there, the news would have gotten to the Boltons, and they could have totally circled back and surrounded you, and then you could be caught between two of their armies, or they could have their full strength at the castle, and they have provisions for at least a couple years. Like,
yeah,
you will
it's
not
just
win
like
this. Like it's
you're just trying to do something for the sake of doing something, and it really is not gonna work.
Yeah, it's too much of a risk. Like, and so people are like, well, war is a risk, and it's like, no, you idiots, there's risks and then there's risks, and he literally says that, and I love it.
Yes, John, I fear eats down. Like, y'all were like, John when he what was that guy's name? John when he kills Janos, so hot. Me, John when he just takes down all these bitches, you know?
Yeah,
so
but he doesn't get to do it in as satisfying. Like, they still leave smug. Like,
no, but but like he's right and they're wrong, and they just like do not have the ability to get that, and that's not on him, you know?
All right. Okay. So, no, I get it. Yeah, Stannis is still like, well, the Karstarks will join us and we'll have 300 free folk and we'll win. It's fine.
Oh my god.
And, okay. So, somebody's like, we will have, they counted 300 fighting men among the free folk, but also their women fight, and then Stannis has to be like, not for me. Women's places and the home. just like, Stannis,
yeah.
your entire, everybody is ruled by this witch, and you're...
Exactly.
Oh my god,
You
I
fucking
hate Stannis more
it's
every
like
single day.
it's like man is too stupid to understand that he only got here because of a woman. Like, it's like she's literally been controlling the show for years now, and in his mind it is still him, and she is just like a tool, you know?
I don't think I keep saying, I said I hate Stannis more every day. I don't think I hated him. I just didn't like him, but now it's like turning a little bit into hate.
Stop. That's so funny.
Or maybe it's just this cranky mood that I'm in right now, and I just looked at the date and I have realized that I'm supposed to get my period this weekend, so it's like making a lot of sense. Okay, it's making a lot of sense.
Stop. Oh my god.
Why am I so cranky all of a sudden?
Right.
And why is the only thing I'm thinking of? I'm sitting here recording while I could be downstairs eating cake, and then I look at the date.
Stop. Wait, you have cake?
Yes.
You have cake? What cake?
What cake? The Black Forest cake that we always get.
You have that cake? Why? It's not even your brother's birthday yet.
You can't cake for any reason.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Let them eat cake. Let me eat cake.
You just got that cake? Damn. Okay. Yeah, we're just like very
I'm sorry. Doesn't your mother literally work in a bakery and you have cake at all times?
That's true. But see, that's different because those aren't cakes that I associate with birthday.
I don't restrict myself to cake on my birthday once a year. I have the cake when I want the cake.
No, yes. I was like, oh, you have Black Forest cake? It's no one's birthday in your house. Like, oh my god, that's so funny. Yeah. Okay, wait. Okay, I have a crackpot theory for you.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's
Are we not talking about cake anymore? Because that's all I can think about.
Oh my god. We have to finish this episode,
I'm
my guy.
so sorry to our listeners. I'm trying so
No, don't apologize. This is good. Okay. So
I haven't been this like scattered in a few episodes, I think, and it's
we've missed it.
have we?
Yes, we have. Okay. So, okay, here's my crackpot theory. So, okay. You know, like the Bolton people? Nope. You know, like the people Ramsay was supping with?
Yes.
Okay, here's who. Okay, so the first one, I feel like we've all but confirmed that it was the other Umber guy. What was his name?
Horsebane.
Horsebane.
I think he has a name, but I do not remember it.
Okay. Okay, I have a question. Did we know... Have we heard about Horsebane before? Do we know this guy?
I like in passing.
Passing?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, so I think one is Horsebane, and I think the other one is the Karstark guy.
Arnulf.
Arnulf.
And why do you think that?
He's playing both sides.
Interesting. Okay, why do you think it's him?
Cause, hear me out. Great defense, because you know how he's like writing to Stannis and he's like, dude, trust, like there's like 50 people at their castle. They're like, bro, they ain't got the defenses. You can do it. I don't think that Ramsay and Bolton be like that. I think that they would have left at least a few more people. Like, I just like, it just seems suspicious to me. And it also makes sense narratively to have him be the second guy and then have it be like, oh, he's riding with Stannis. He's on our side. Because, like, I feel like, here's another reason I think that. It's because, you know how they declared for Stannis? Because they basically killed the Lannister, like, they killed,
those kids.
Yeah, they killed those kids. So now they can't side with the Lannisters anymore. But I think that, like, this whole big thing is going to be their way of getting good with the Lannisters again. And especially since Tywin is dead, I think they think that their chances of getting back in the good graces are higher. And I think they know that they're attaching themselves to a losing person by having attached themselves with Stannis. And also, what do we know about the Boltons? Backstabbing, double playing bastards. Like, that is literally what they do. Like, he did that with Theon. How does that apply
to the Karstarks?
They're the other side of the scheme now of having like a mole. Do you know what I mean? They're the ones like.
Okay, wait.
Hold on.
Can you explain this in simpler terms?
Okay, hear me out. Okay, so basically, it relates because that's the Bolton's main strategy, right? Like,
right. So how are they scheming in this situation? How are they the schemers?
Because he's supping with Ramsay.
Okay, so they are... Karstark and the Boltons are in cahoots against Stannis.
Yes.
Okay, when you said he's playing both sides, that gives me he's also playing the Boltons.
Yes. Once again, as we've learned in this episode... My words have
so you do not
come out as
mean
other words.
That he's playing the Boltons.
No. I do not mean that.
With the Boltons.
Yes. Yeah, I don't think he's playing both sides. I think that he knows that Stannis is the losing side. Like, he's not doing the convenience thing of like, I'll choose who wins. I think he knows that Stannis isn't gonna win. Yeah, I just said it wrong.
Do you remember what those guys looked like that were supping with Ramsay?
Nope. I don't remember a thing. It's neither one of them. Lovely.
Remember how one was an old guy with a hunched back?
Mm-hmm.
And then John later in this chapter says Arnulf Karstark is an old man with a crooked back.
Oh my god, it is Arnulf!
I'm just giving you fodder for your theory.
Yay! Okay.
You know what? I confirm it. I give a fuck. I can't control it right now.
Stop! We need to start recording all of these episodes on your period.
No. I just want cake. But okay, because you got there, so I need to
I
reward
did.
you. Okay,
I did. Okay, exactly. That's the rationale. You totally didn't want me to wait until the next chapter when it was. Yeah. Okay. But yes,
honestly,
he be
on
honest.
any other day, I would have been like, "But why? That makes no sense." And, like,
I know you would have. I
totally
know you would have. And then you would have gaslit me. And then 10 chapters from now, when it was confirmed, you would have been like, I don't think you said that. You changed your mind.
No. I would have been.
And I
would
have been like,
no. I would have been like, you were almost there, but you missed the most obvious piece of evidence, which was his description. Which I'm gonna say now instead. So
yeah, we've talked about this before. Any of the reveals that are about the person's
instead,
appearance,
you're like, let me philosophize this.
not
philosophize. Psychologists, like, let me get behind the psychology of these people.
Yeah, like, I guess, like, rationalize, like,
no, but
how,
it's specifically
yeah,
psychology.
I guess not. Yeah. Okay, fine. Okay, yeah.
But with psychology,
Yeah,
whatever that is.
Psychopathize. Wait,
Psychopathize.
What? Okay, no, we're done with this. We're done with this little train we've chosen to get on. Okay, here's my thing, right?
Have we chosen, or have you been pushed onto this train?
Okay, okay, moving on. I think that, yeah, as soon as it's like a descriptive thing, I'm not even in the race.
So let me point out all the things. So okay, I'm confirming.
Gotten.
I don't care. I'm sorry, people. I spoiled her. I'm sorry.
It's not spoiling, though, because we probably would have found out, like, next chapter. Or is it something it would have been later?
Still, it's
then
not
it's spoiled?
This chapter. That's spoiler.
True. That's okay. It's fun when you spoil me. I'm all for it. Okay.
Okay,
I'm gonna write
I
confirmed.
To slip up once in 5 years, okay?
Exactly.
Okay, so...
Okay, continue.
Yeah, he's like, oh, there's, like, no people there. And he's telling Stannis that they're gone, and and then he's like,
exactly.
I promise
he's
I'll
laying
back
it on
you up
thick
when you
exactly
attack the Dreadfort. Yep. Like, bad. Okay, I'm so sorry.
No, you're right. No, it's okay. I basically knew.
Yeah. But I just never confirmed before, and now I have. So
it's okay. Don't feel bad.
You're just like glad that you're realizing you're right in the moment. So.
Oh, I love this. I love that, like, once in a blue moon when I just completely nail a prediction for absolutely no reason.
20 years from now, the roles are switched and you have to be the one to keep the secrets. You're gonna be so much worse than me. I know it. You know it.
I'm not gonna be worse than you. I'm gonna be like your attitude in books 4 and 5, where you're like, let me just do it for the razzle dazzle. I'll spoil on purpose for the razzle dazzle. Like, I think that like, it's not that I'm not gonna have self-control or that I'm gonna fuck up. That might happen once or twice, like, let's be so for real. But I think what's gonna happen more often is I'm gonna be like, yeah, but the reward of telling you right now is higher than the reward of making you wait. And reward is my dopamine receptors.
Like,
it's not about the listeners.
Over.
Exactly. It's not about the audience's reward. Sometimes it might be, because then it's like live reaction or whatever. But mostly it'll just be like, I'm sad. I'll be happier if I tell you right now.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
So back to.
Wait. Oh my god. Wait. Give me 1 second. Wait. Give me 1 second to gloat. Oh my god. I'm so smart. Okay. Continue.
Okay. So. Stannis orders everybody out. Which does not include Melisandre, obviously, And so Jon and him and Melisandre are there, and they're talking. And Jon's like, this is a bad plan. No matter what Karstark says, he's an old man, and, like, there's only... He may not be a good fighter, like,
Yeah.
And instead, you should... what is it? Instead, you should give me all your free folk. Leave them here, because when you put them in your vanguard, they're just gonna be fodder for the arrows. Like, it's not gonna be any real use, whereas I can put them to use. And he's like, well, what am I supposed to... Like, why would I do that? And Jon's like, well, why don't I give you, like, 3,000 fighters instead? And this is interesting. Okay, so he says, Stannis is like, yeah, 300 for 3,000. I will do that. And also, he makes him promise that if I leave Val here, you have to like keep her close and watch her closely. And John's like, oh, yeah, fine. And then he tells Stannis his plan. So the thing is,
okay, wait, before the plan, once like he's trying to convince Stannis and like the people are still here, he's like, give the wildlings mail and they'll be twice as great a danger to the realm. What does that even mean? Oh, is he clocking them? Like, oh, we're not going to give them armor? Is he clocking them? I didn't know what this meant.
What are you saying?
Okay, sorry, hold on. So this is when
John, so Stannis is like, we got to arm the free folk, and John's like, oh, you mean to, you know, take over all my weapons and stuff. And he's like, fine, I'll find you something. And some guy's like, oh, well, boiled leather's not going to be enough. We got to get mail and chain and like actual armor.
Mm-hmm.
And then John thinks to himself, wildlings in mail will be as even a greater threat to the thing. I think this is his lingering elitism against the free folk.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking too, but I also wanted to like give him more faith than that. I was like, maybe he's calling them out. I don't know.
Who out?
I don't know. I just didn't want to believe. I don't know. I just didn't want to believe that John
clocking them. I'm like, I don't know what you mean by who is he clocking?
No, I think this was my not wanting to be like, John has bad beliefs. No, impossible, you know?
Yeah, like he's gotten better, but he's not quite.
Yeah, there's definitely no, I read that and genuinely I was
all of it all in one day.
No, I read that and I was like, what? I was like, John, you better have some sort of explanation for this.
Yeah. It's like he doesn't quite trust them, but he is willing to make use of them, you know? Mm-hmm. And he understands that they're better than the others that they're fighting, so.
Yeah, and he also is like, I don't know, maybe this, I know that like he's like, oh, I can make better use of them here, and like you can get the other people, whatever, but like, I also just wanted to believe that he was like, you know, and now I'm sparing them from the battle and everything, you know, like, I just wanted to believe that he was like, hey, yeah, it would be kind of fucked up to just have them take the whole front, you know?
Yeah, no, well, yeah, okay, so John's plan. He tells Stannis about the clans of the mountains in the north, the Flints, the Wolves, the Nuries, the Littles. And I think we met a Little or a Flint. I forget which one it was.
Okay.
When Bran and party were going up to the wall.
Yeah.
They like cuddle up in a cave when it's like raining or something. And this one guy passes by.
Mm-hmm.
And they like share a meal and sit by the fire together. And it was one of the mountain clansmen.
Oh.
The only reason is like, hey, he could know who Bran is. He could know Bran was alive. Like, you know, just like information.
Yeah. Okay, nice.
Yeah, so just pointing it out. There's like nothing. Yeah. So we have heard about these people before. So it seems like they didn't like go south to fight with Robb Stark. They've been living in the mountains. They're kind of out of it. They don't call themselves lords, but they're clans. And Ned Stark had a good relationship with them. They would like feast him, and he never ate so well as when he visited them. So
slay.
All of that.
I love that.
And so he's like, if you ask them, not command them, but ask them to join you, they will.
Mm-hmm.
And also he turns to Melisandre and is like, you better not be burning no trees because they will not be cool with it. And this is when she's like, oh, don't you worry. I'm hanging out here with you.
That was fucked up. Yeah. I was like, no, don't do that.
Which is
I was like, go home.
Interesting, because remember like when Stannis went to the Blackwater Melisandre wanted to come, but then all his people were like, if she comes, it'll be her victory, not yours. So he didn't bring her. And then he regretted it because it was all fire and she could have like turned fire against her, you know, just all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's going into battle again and not bringing her again. But this time it seems like it's their choice.
Yeah. Does she not want him to win? Just kidding. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, right. Okay.
That is interesting.
And what Jon advises Stannis to do is take all these people and go get Deepwood Motte instead and free it from the Ironborn.
Mm-hmm.
So Deepwood Motte, if you remember, is the castle that Asha had taken over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so it's like close to the ocean. And he's like, it's not as well defended. It is sort of surrounded by forest, so you can sneak up on them and like... And if you boot out the Iron Men,
mm-hmm.
people will love you even more because you will have like freed the North of not just fighting against the Free Folk, but also against the Ironborn.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Stannis is like, you know what? That sounds like a great idea. And Jon's like, yeah. And I get 1,000 wildlings from it. And no way to feed even half that number. So yay for me.
Yeah. But also like that thing, I feel like also is him. Like, you know, he could have sent them off with Stannis and he wouldn't have had to feed them.
Yeah.
You know?
But he needs people, so.
True. I guess there's that compromise.
This is
honestly he need food, a good way for Jon
to create a win-win situation. Though now he has to figure out a way to
This was Jon's hottest chapter. I fear this was Jon calling bullshit and going, all of you Southerners who think you're so much better than us Northerners are losers.
Yeah.
And here's why.
It was pretty good. He was telling people what's right. What's what.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
This was hot. This was good.
Okay, so this is seems like a good plan. Do you think it's gonna work?
I think so. Why not?
Like all of it is gonna work?
I have another crackpot theory for you, okay?
I love how every time you say it, you have to really think it through.
No, because now that discussion is the first thing that my brain goes to. And then I'm like, oh my god, am I saying it wrong? Which one is it? I always have to remember. I always have to. Okay, so I have a theory for you.
We should start calling it cake pot.
Cake pot. Okay, no, we can't get distracted. I'm hungry now. Okay. I think this might be like delusional, but what if Asha is there? And then
Asha is where?
At Deepwood Motte.
Oh, right.
And then we get like a, cuz I'm thinking we don't have a POV there. But if Asha's hiding there, we got a POV.
Right.
You know? And, like, we also don't know where the fuck she is. And also, like, you know her whole plan with that lady who she captured, but then kept as, like, a respected hostage or whatever? Mm-hmm. And their whole plan was to, like...
surrender.
Do a thing.
Nicely.
Yeah, like something... Yeah, like, don't plunder, be nice, we got you, like, something. So maybe she's cooking something up.
Okay.
You know? And then, like... And then we have a POV. We have Asha back. Okay, Wait, no! Fuck, there's a flaw in this plan. Because Asha was in book 4.
She had one chapter in book 4, yes.
Fuck, wait, I didn't think that through. I was getting attached to this plan.
Well. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, no, wait, hold on. Okay, wait, let me think. How does this work?
The one thing that could make... Okay, so the beginning of book 4, especially like the Greyjoy stuff, actually happened concurrently with a lot of the book 3 stuff.
Okay.
So Asha's chapter, while in book 4, really happened during the things of book 3. So it could be like
Okay.
a workaround that like she's not really a
Right.
book 4 character, she's a book 3 plotline character,
Right.
you know?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, okay. Maybe we get her, maybe we don't. I don't know. Or, like, I mean, we could also get a new POV. We're only 16 chapters in.
Yeah, we are.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, but anyway, because I'm thinking, like, if they go to Deepwood Mott right now, what could be going on that could, like, kind of screw this up? Because otherwise, like, even Stannis said, he's like, I've defeated the Ironborn at sea, taking them by land, but taking them on land by surprise. Prepositions are fucked up.
Prepositions everywhere.
Right? He's like, I can fucking do that. And I'm like, okay, what's gonna stop you? Like, there needs to be something going on there. And I don't think, like, the Boltons or anyone is there, because it's just not a big enough thing to care about right now or, like, prioritize. Mm-hmm. But I could see, like, Asha or someone, like,
especially if they're, like, you know, going with the plan with Karstark to lure Stannis to the Dreadfort and all of that, then they might not be thinking that this is a thing.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think he's gonna get there, and then it's gonna be like, but then the issue with that is he's very, like, man of his rules, and then, you know, like, I don't know who wins out. You know, I don't know. I don't even know what we want, because, I mean, this whole chapter, it's kind of been Jon's struggle, because Jon's been like, he's like, I'm still impartial. I'm still impartial. I'm still impartial. And meanwhile, he's literally...
let's talk about that. Does this...
Yeah.
Is he still impartial?
None of this is impartial. If we had any doubt before, this chapter is, like, one of the main purposes of this chapter was to be like, no. Because he starts off and he's like, I'm just advising. Right? But then they start getting, okay, I'm getting there, let me talk. And then they start getting a bad he starts coming up with a bad plan, and then he's like, no, I really have to intervene. Like, you know when you say to yourself, you're like, I'm not gonna be a control freak, I'm not gonna be a control freak, and then something happens and you're like, this is so bad, I have to come be a control freak. It's basically that. And even he says at one point, he's like, Bolton or Stannis, it shouldn't affect me. Bolton or Baratheon, it shouldn't affect me, I'm impartial. And then right away he opens his mouth to start talking. And then he's like, but I'm not giving them swords, I'm only giving them words. And then he literally is gonna give them 300 swords. And then he literally comes up with a whole battle strategy. Like, this is not impartial. Like, beforehand, I get it, right? He's like, Stannis, like, what am I gonna do? Not give the king food? Not give, you know, whatever. Like, he came to our rescue. I sent the letter to Joffrey, blah, 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 blah. Like, I get it. But, like, he's crossed so many lines at this point. This is no longer impartiality. And also, his thing of, like, it's so funny, though, because even Stannis picks up on all of that and is like, dude, do you want to just be my Winterfell heir? Like, offer's still open. Can you just stop having your pride and being like Ned? And then he's like, no, I've told you so many times I'm impartial. And Stannis is like, I know what that means, you know?
Right.
And, like, yeah.
So will this have any consequences for Jon, or?
I think so. I think that, like, because the thing is, right now, like, he's trying to figure out how to get more food, right? Because that's what they need. And I think one of the, like, literally the only option they kind of are left with is getting it from somewhere down south, right? And so Stannis ain't got money. Stannis ain't got resources. The Ironborn aren't going to help you. Really, the only option you have are the crown, or, like, appealing specifically to, like, a smaller lord, northern lord, but, like, they aren't gonna have all the resources. So, like, you gotta go to the crown and be like, please get us food, right? So, but, like, with being so partial to Stannis, like, that's even, like, so he's screwing himself over.
His solution to getting food for everybody is going to be trying to appeal to the crown, but they're gonna say no because he did this. And then how is he gonna feed everybody?
I don't know. I mean, are we sure there's no time to farm or do anything? Couldn't we at least try? Maybe he might have to take the risk and try and go hunting anyway. Like, okay. You know, how that was, like, I just don't know what else they could do, you know?
Cool.
I also have one last prediction.
Which is...
This one isn't necessarily new. You know the Manderley one about like Davos doesn't die, because when Melisandre sees the little like wood castle or whatever, not the wood castle, wooden walls and shit of like people fighting, and she sees like the Hornwood, the Servan, the Telhart, Risewell, and Dustin flags, which are like Lannister peeps. Even one of them says at one point they don't see the White Harbor, like Manderley flag or people
So
in
you
her little
think
vision.
because she doesn't see it, Manderley's on their side.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, next chapters. 2 next time.
Yay. Okay. Let's do Bran and Tyrion.
How badly you want a Bran chapter.
Yeah. Finally.
So we're reading chapters 18 and 19 next time.
Mm-hmm.
And chapter 18 is Tyrion.
Ooh. Okay. What was he? Okay. Maybe he's finally gonna tell us who this young Griff guy is.
Okay.
I love how I say finally and he learned like 2 paragraphs ago, you know, for him. Okay, Tyrion, maybe, oh my god, maybe we get to Volantis. We see what's up, meet some people, learn, you know, do things.
Nice. Chapter 19 is Davos.
Who would
I wanted
Bubby?
to say Bran, but just to like mess
Oh, you hater. See, but you already told me it wasn't him. Okay, Davos, ooh, we find out what Manderley said. Is he on your side? Oh my god, you know what I love about this? We're recording again in 2 days, so I get to read these chapters ASAP.
just as long as you remember them 2 days from now.
Well, I'm not gonna read them today, but I'll probably read them like tomorrow or something.
Okay. Nice. See, this is why we should record like
Yay.
every day.
Oh my god.
But not anymore today, because I have to go. I really can't. So, people,
You need to go eat cake.
do the things, eat cake, and until next time, farewell, my friends.
Talk to you later.